Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and good night, wherever you happen to be in this great big world of ours. I welcome you to another solo installment of Vampire the Masquerade Independence, um, where yet again we find a Mr. Seth McDowell, um, pondering an interesting issue. As per a few nights ago, Seth was made privy to some rather interesting goings on. Um, Regarding some spectral being that seemed to be targeting members of a certain society that he is mm, a welcomed, if not full member, at the very least, someone that has earned his way to understanding the truth behind certain legends, let's say. And at the moment, his chores done to his usual immaculate standard, Seth turns his mind to trying to figure out a way that he might be able to help not only his mistress but um, the Knight Society at large, you might say. After a moment's pause, Seth McDowell, um, wishing to initiate certain inquiries, will leave a note and a voice message for Robin Silverbird, his honored mistress, as he sets about the task of first trying to figure out what it is that he has missed since his time in Edinburgh. So, what I will do is we will see Seth going for an evening constitution and going around the places that both hold some interest to some kindred given their spheres of interests, and their general clan's interest, um, as well as shall we say, those in the know, but may not necessarily openly speak of such things. So, let me see. Seth will do some investigation charisma. To make subtle inquiries, being his unobtrusive and yet attentive self, somewhat to underlie any suspicion he might have, but also as an interest in furthering his connections in the community. Thusly, he begins to ask around for any news. So that will be 3 successes, assuming the 5 does not count. To get a general handle on things that are going on in the city since his return. But using this information. Oh, and so, hopefully, if this is okay, through meeting people at cafes, perhaps doing some light drinking, but not enough to get tipsy or distracted from his task. Seth will have picked up any interesting tidbits from the news or any of the scuttlebutt that's going on around town, and using the process of elimination. Actually, what I will do is, as he is being attentive and some such, I will attempt to utilize my training as a butler, mingled with the natural ability that I have for noticing things, as in my eye, in this case, I mean Seth, has a natural way of observing people when he is being attentive and being approachable and helpful and so on. So, what I will do, I don't mind rerolling this particular roll as per ST request. I just thought it was a nifty way to utilize his training to give him a leg up in this particular instance. No offense meant, of course. So I will use my perception actually. I will use my perception for form. In essence, while he is not fully acting the butler, he is attempting to be charming and being able to place individuals at their ease, as he is oft to do. So, now, again, if I've erred somehow, I do humbly beg your pardon. I will be using these specialty from my perception, which is attentive, and I will be rolling 8 dice, that is. So that is either 4 or 5 successes. If I've done this correctly. So he may have been able to glean something from this. I will rely on the ST's judgment, but upon doing this and perhaps making some new friends for later exploration here in Independence, he will then take this information and make discrete arrangements to employ a private investigator. Now, for the purposes of this, as he is trying to be discreet, he will attempt to use, let me see, definitely charisma. Charisma and let me see. Let me see. charisma and perhaps leadership, as he's doing discreet interviews, from a room that he's renting. So as to not inadvertently implicate his mistress. Actually, I guess for this, I was not able to ask about the way that the purchasing works, but try and see if he can get a room with a solid discretion policy. It's a bit of a rundown hotel. It's one of those a rundown motel. It's one of those ones that sort of one of those don't ask, don't tell type places. The owner might be a bit shady, but he doesn't usually come around here, so the fact that he's not well known in a place like this might be more to his advantage or not. But in any case, he is able to find a room that he can rent for a few hours to do some preliminary research on a reasonably professional private investigators. So she's going through a phone book. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, why not? Just make it a little easier on myself. I will. Oh, I know. He is going to attempt to do the reason I'm doing it this way is because while I'm not using his contacts directly, as he does have a past history with some individuals he may have had dealings either directly or indirectly with certain skilled investigators during one of his past employment opportunities. So I'm going to add my intelligence and my contacts, again, more as a memory, a specific memory check on a certain area of his memory, I mean. So that will be a total of 5. And holy crap. Holy crap, that is awesome. So that is 3 solid successes. So he's dealing with a very skilled, very discreet private investigator. What he's going to do now, though, because I sort of want him to build a good rapport with this chap. So once again, I will use my charisma with my specialty in eloquence, with my leadership. So there's 7 to impress upon this gentleman the utmost level of discretion in the most polite way possible, of course. Yeah. Spending a willpower point just in case. I believe this will bring me down to 4. Assuming that the STs don't feel that I haven't been flying up the caregiver part effectively, although I hope I am. But we'll see how it goes. But yes, spending willpower point, because once again, this is important. So that is a total of 3 successes to make it easier on me, assuming the STs are okay with me using my specialties, or my specialty for eloquence. And generally Seth gets on well with the individual. Seth will ask him to very discreetly connect some of the dots, if any can be found, in between the strange happenings, not to get involved directly, but to forward any information to him at Seth's private Seth's sorry. Please forward it to Seth's private mailbox, or at least addressed to Seth. It would make sense if he had his own, but as this didn't come up during character creation, I'll be happy if it arrives in a discreet fashion addressed to him, so that he can forward any new information to the prince. Out of character, he doesn't mention anything about vampires or anything, obviously. Just that there are some strange things that are in the works, and as Seth is a consummate professional, as this individual is quite aware from his past dealings with Seth, he wishes to avoid any uncomfortableness for his employer. So an arrangement is made for payment to be sent to a known account, which Seth will happily pay. And hopefully these endeavors will result in some helpful information for the kindred of independence. Oh, I'm sorry, I just realized something. I spent a willpower on this roll, so that is actually 4 successes. Assuming the eloquent is allowed. Upon the conclusion of his business, Seth will arrive home promptly in time to prepare any late evening things that his mistress might require. Seth feeling veritably good with himself and his attempt to help the citizens, or the citizens of the nightlife of Independence, Texas. He proceeds to carry on his duties. He will leave a note for Robin, just to give her an idea of what's going on, as well as as well as um, actually out of character. Um, I would like to roll a intelligence etiquette roll. Uh, Intelligence etiquette. So that is 5. Um, because technically, Seth would know the proper order of things. Um, the the memory issue I'm having is more would Seth leave the note for Robin and ask Robin to inform the sheriff, or would Seth inform the sheriff himself? Um, Out of character, I'm leaning toward letting Robin know what was going on and letting Robin deal with the sheriff, as Seth is doing. A, Seth is essentially trying to do a good deed for Robin and the other kindred, but as he is technically a ghoul, there might be some issues somewhere, which I, as a player, am not fully made aware of. But thus this check, just in case. If the STs want to accept it, fine. If they just want to help me out, that's fine too. But anyway, just in case. Okay, so actually, I may have did that wrong, but anyway. Um, but he does manage to remember his etiquette either way. So at this point, he will head home, confident in the knowledge that he has done all he can within the realms of his discretion to give the Kindred of Independence a leg up on this very thorny issue. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I look forward to RPing or playing with you, or excuse me, RPing with you or entertaining you, as the case may be. Good night, and thank you for watching.